Hi there, everyone. It's the seventh Sunday after Epiphany, and I said that I wasn't going to do any more Bible reflections for a while, but I changed my mind because I was having some good conversations with a colleague about today's reading, and it really resonated with me. It's actually been a really important reading for me, and so I thought I might share a bit of a reflection anyway. As you can see, I'm out of town. I'm actually up at the Gembrook retreat. If you want somewhere where you can rough it for a little bit and have a spiritual retreat, it's a good place to do that. You can get spiritual direction here. I'll make sure I share a link so you can find out information about how you can get in touch with them if you want to. But the gospel reading that I've been reflecting on is from Luke chapter 6, and it's verse 27 to 38. It's continuing on from last week's reading, as the lectionary often does. And it's been reminding me of some stuff from my childhood and from my recent history as well. Because when I was a kid, I was bullied a lot at school, pushed around, beaten up, thrown in a dumpster, and worse. It wasn't fun. As a kid, it was really difficult to do anything about it, because you don't really have a lot of power, especially if you're a little scrawny kid like me. I was tall, but I wasn't strong or anything like that. And the school really struggled to do anything significant to really help, because it's kind of like a different world that everything's happening in, to where the adults, the teachers, and I think it's kind of difficult for them to sort of see what's going on or to do anything themselves. But I remember something really good that my mum told me to do, and I'm going to share it with you. There was this kid who was being particularly nasty to me at one stage when I was in primary school, and what my mum said was that I should take some coins to school, which she gave me, and that I should go to the canteen and buy him a Zupa Duper. If you're not from Australia and you don't know what that is, it's just like a flavoured ice stick in a plastic tube that you suck on. Sometimes it does a lot of damage to the sides of your mouth. And I think that's an idea that she actually got from Jesus, because it's a lot like what Jesus tells his followers to do in today's gospel reading. It might sound like Jesus is telling his followers that they should allow their enemies, the occupying forces of Rome typically, to just walk all over them. The thing is, a lot of what Jesus is suggesting, a lot of the things that he's saying, I think they're actually tactics for resisting bullying, because people with power could just slap people with less power. They had the right to do that. But the thing is, if you had been slapped and humiliated by a soldier, or by your master if you're a slave, or by your husband, or by your father, then turning to face them would have been an insistence of equality, and offering the other cheek would make it harder for them to slap you again, because they'd have to slap you in a really awkward way, or they'd have to use their non-preferred hand. They'd have to use their unclean hand to slap you. And when he suggests that if someone sues you for your cloak, you should give that guy all your clothes and make it totally clear that he's stripping you naked, and shame him. Jesus says that we should love our enemies, but that doesn't mean that we need to do everything that they tell us. It could mean giving them what they ask for in a way that exposes their bullying, or in a way that confuses them and takes away the power they have over us. That's the way I prefer to respond to bullies. One of my friends described it as killing them with kindness. When I gave that kid a Zupa Duper, he was on the oval playing footy, something that I was never able to do. And he was confused, because he was meant to be playing footy. He's meant to be focusing on the game, playing footy with the boys, and now he had a Zupa Duper from this punsy, sissy boy. In high school, I was still getting bullied a lot, but I can remember that this Zupa Duper guy, he was sticking up for me, and outside of school, we were friends. And he was sad when I moved away from Noble Park. Now, when I go to rallies in the city and people are getting hassled by opponents who are often filming and live streaming our reactions for entertainment of their fans, my preferred response is just to do something that they don't expect. Something a bit kind, something a bit weird, something like insisting on feeding them candy, for example. Because they can't retaliate against that. And they don't get the desired footage that they want of activists being enraged or humiliated. It hasn't happened yet, but my hope is that at some stage, one of them will become a friend.